And we saw it some with the 2 tight end sets. I mean, obviously you've coached them all and coached them several years, but does that kind of change the way you coach them, or still the same technique, same steps?
There's some variance to it. I mean, shoot, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. So I mean, there's some different things that are going on, and what it's done is it's tried to specialize. What Malcolm's skill set is different than Rufus's skill set. Brandon's skill set's different than Christian's skill set. So what it does is it kind of makes you focus as a coach. How am I going to put Malcolm in the best position to be successful? How am I going to put Rufus in the best positions to be successful? So I guess you could say it's changed from that standpoint. But the basic things of what you do, blocking and tackling, and that's unless your name's Camp, Stag, or Rockney.
Is it more challenging or fun to have so many different skill sets, as you mentioned, because that's a wide variety of guys out there?
Well, to me, I love it because outside of Tyler Russell, the people who have to know the most of what's going on are the tight ends. They're not really tight ends. They're wide receivers, they're running backs, they're offensive linemen. They protect, they're in the run game, they got routes, they got to recognize coverages, blitzes, fronts. I mean, you have to be a special individual to sit in my meeting room.
How much? I mean, this looks like you got the most depth at tight end. I think 5 scholarship guys at tight end. I mean, it gives you some.
Six.
Okay.
Six,
So
yeah. I can't. I ran out of fingers.
The fact that you've had to count is
yeah,
better than it has.
It's a lot better than it's been in the past. That's for sure. There's a lot of depth there, and there's not a lot of experience.
Right.
But there's a lot of depth, and I love the room. I love the potential in the room. Thankful for 29 practices before we got to kick off when it counts. I was actually thinking about this last night. The most experienced guy in the room is Malcolm. He's missed half the year, his 2 years.
Yeah.
For the unfortunate things. Yeah. So you went from a 6th-year guy and Marcus, who had been around, had played in every SEC stadium, had success against all of them, to a little less experience. But it is a deep position, and it's finally a nice problem to have.
How's Turtle's transition to that age?
He is moving in the right direction. He has unbelievable skill set that has to be transformed into the team set. And that's right now his biggest challenge.
What does that mean?
He does a great job in drills. When there's 21 other guys out there running around, sometimes he reverts to not having played the position before. So he does a great job in individual things. He has to learn to take that into the next step when you have to compete against somebody else instead of just practicing the skill set.
A guy like him and his versatility and other guys, does that play the fact that State's kind of gotten away from, say, a fullback in the offense, and now you have these kind of...
Yeah, that's kind of how it's got smushed together. Just losing guys like Hemphill and Adrian Marcus, and William Shumpert, and those guys, they have value to a football team. You got to find a way to replace it. And the linebacker room's kind of deep too. And a good athlete like Christian, you got to find ways to get him out there to help you be successful.
I know he just got here last spring, but and he's down behind some experienced guys. But Artem was saying it's kind of weird to see a guy that big still have the soft hands that he does, because he's impressive the way he catches the ball.
Artemis, once he figures it out, I hate using this word, but he has the potential to be an outstanding player here. And I hate using the word potential because it means you haven't done it yet. As a coach, you want to use the word productive. But I mean, he has all the skills that you want at that position. He's got power, he's got soft hands. He can do it. It's just going to be the process of teaching him how to become an SEC football player.
How difficult was tired, whatever, just trying to get the whole team to get back up, play like every play. I mean, third to play like it's the first play.
What's your record?
Juice, I'm just going to have fun.
Just joking.
Yeah.
But what, generally speaking, I know you guys have played a lot of football, especially you last year, but losing Cam, I kind of know you lost a little bit of that leadership. I mean, Coach Collins said you've taken up a lot of that. I mean, is it fair to say you're having to think a little more out there and do a few other things than just worry about your assignment?
Oh, not really. I mean, it's coming quite easy than last year. I mean, I had to think more last year, but this year I'm playing. I mean, having more fun. I mean, Coach Collins, helped me. I mean, helping me roles or whatever. I mean, I'm just going to there playing.
Go ahead and ask a question.
B-Mac, how do you feel the defense is doing this year?
Defense is going pretty good. We're out there running to the ball, executing plays, making big plays, creating mayhem.
Are you getting enough juice points?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get the team, to be more hyper. When we were down, like I was saying, getting everybody back up, causing a lot of mayhem.
Do you know that I'm catching you in juice points?
Not really. I'm going out there trying to make everybody better.
It seems like the linebackers have some good camaraderie right now. It seems like there's a lot of you guys that are pretty talented, and you kind of feed off each other. Is that true?
Oh yeah, we're like brothers. On and off the field. Every day when we're not doing that, we get together. Have fun, hang out at the house, watch a little TV. Just having fun. We're like brothers.
Last year you obviously had a very productive season, but even more is probably expected of you. How have you personally tried to get better so you can lead this defense?
Staying in the film. Like I said, I like to be a leader. I like to see other people make plays before I make plays. I'm not a selfish player. I'm just working on being a leader. Coach is gonna put me in a great position to make plays, so all I gotta do is just make the plays we need.
What are you seeing from Richie Brown this fall?
Richie Brown, he's a great player. He's like a good brother to me. He runs to the ball. He makes a lot of plays. He creates a lot of mayhem. He's a very quiet player, but he continues to get better.
With all the new offenses, and how fast they want to go, does it almost feel like you can't come off the field anymore? So it almost seems like substitutions are a big problem.
Hurry up offense. It's hard to adjust to. But Coach Bates, the coaches, every day we do a lot of conditioning, running to the ball. So it's not going to be a big effect on us one season.
How important is it for you to get the guys lined up? Because it almost seems like offense is trying to run plays when the defense is kind of just scattered around. Maybe only 3 guys will be down.
It's very important for me to get everybody lined up, because if we have one mistake, offense, hurry up offense can gash up for like a big play or whatever. But I get the front 4 down, skin dog, get the safeties and stuff straight. Everybody communicate with me straight.
To anticipate things happening on the field. What do you feel like you're at? Do you feel like you're able to do that a good bit now?
Oh yeah, Northern, he's a guy that he knows everything just like everyone else. All the linebackers can move around and play multiple positions, and everyone can just play every position just like they've been playing the whole time.
Matt, Coach Collins was saying your first 2 years you're kind of just relying on your athletic ability, and now you've kind of hit that next level and you're able to make decisions and really help the defense out with more of your athletic ability. What are you doing differently than you were in the past?
I'm just believing in myself and believing in the team and buying into the program. I know every position on the field, on the defense, and I know what, especially the linebacker positions. Like I said, everyone can play each position at the linebacker spot. So I think everyone can move around and get everybody breathing.
Correct to say, Matt, that you kind of enjoy linebacker finally now? I know that early on in your career it wasn't something you wanted to do and you kind of just did it for the team. Are you kind of now, as an upperclassman, enjoying the position?
Yeah, I am enjoying the position. Like I say, it's linebacker, but I do other things also. I like coming out there, blitzing, inside, outside. So
you still don't want to call yourself a linebacker, do you?
I will, yeah.
Well, it's like I think I was asking you the other day. You don't really like to be defined by what position you play, because you feel like you can do multiple things.
Right. Like I say, I can come off the end, I can go blitz the middle. Like I said, I can cover. I actually like covering receivers, so I like to do it all.
You played with him for a while. What makes Bernard so good?
He's athletic. He's pretty fast. He's also long, and he has good weight also, and he knows the playbook. So that's good for him to know what's about to happen before it even happens.
Has that been easy? Has it been hard? I mean, you completely changed.
Well, actually, it's been pretty easy. Just working with the defense that we used and I was used to. So, just learning the pass concepts and just the plays and the steps and what to do and not to do every time the plays call or whatnot and where to line up. But the big thing is I know the defense, so whenever I hear them say switch or something, I know how to run my route and I know how to adjust.
You guys have some of the best depth that you've had since Coach Mullen and them been here. What does the tight end position bring in Mississippi State offense?
We're not only tight ends, we're offensive linemen, running backs, wide receivers, etc. But it's just one of those diverse hybrid players that have to know everything at any point in time, and you have to know what to do.
Now, be honest, Christian, how much hell are you getting from the guys in Maroon on the other side when you're switching over?
They give it lose every once in a while, but it's nothing new. I'm used to it.
What has been the biggest problem for you moving over? Just, Coach Sallach just said, just getting you to understand the position in a team setting with 11 guys on the field has been a challenge.
Yeah, I think every day is just I'm getting a step better to understanding and just adjusting. I think that was the big thing, just adjusting and putting my hand on the ground and just being a hybrid player and using my athleticism.
What is your role this year? I mean, it almost seems like you wouldn't do this if you didn't think you were going to be getting on the field. So.
Yeah, first of all, special teams is my role, but whenever Malcolm needs a break or Rufus needs a break, I'm there to step in and hopefully just pick up the slack.
Have you had to change your body? Has anything had to change physically?
Yeah, I went from 245 to about 215, 220, so now I can actually run.
How'd you manage that?
Just start eating right, taking care of myself. But it's just managing your body and just being able to move again. I feel like I'm in high school again.
Talk about that depth, tight end. There's a lot of talent, a lot of versatile guys.
Well, Malcolm Johnson, he's a wide out. Anything you want to be. Brandon Hill, same way. Rufus Warren, he's basically like a true tight end. Gus Wiley, he's a split out wide receiver, etc. But myself, just a hybrid player. Artemis, he's a true tight end. But it's great depth. Happy to be in the tight end room, learning something new every day.
It's a lot of the same guys. You guys have played together for a while. How have they performed, you guys, the last week or two?
I mean, we're all together as a brotherhood, and like you said, we've been playing together for a while, so we kind of know each other's strong points and our weaknesses, so we can all play together as one accord.
How has substitution changed with these new offenses and how fast they want to go? It almost seems like you've got to be right up on that sideline, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has to, at our position, everyone has to know everything. I mean, you never know when you're going to go in, so you have to be ready to play.
What are some of the things this camp that you've tried to kind of get better at, whether it's a skill set, whether it's a mental thing?
Well, with me, I just want to learn everything on defense. I want to know what everyone has to do. My job is to know what everyone has to do as another round.
Is that kind of what you took from Cam? It seemed like he was able to call out offensive signals.
Yeah, I did. A lot of times when he was in the knee room, I would just go in and try to learn from him, see what he was saying, and just go from there.
Well, it looked like it's pretty obvious this spring, and in some of the practice we got to watch, kind of your sideline to sideline motion and being able to cover. I mean, you may have answered that before, but that's obviously a part of your game that's really come a long way.
Yes, sir. I just tried to make my game, try to take that to the best, try to take my game to another level every day.
Coach Collins said that a lot of that has to do with your conditioning. He said last year you'd be explosive for 3 or 4 plays, but then you were spent. He said this spring you were doing it for a lot longer periods of time.
Right. I think this has been my best offseason since I've been here. That was my main goal coming into this season, is to be in shape and to be able to play every position on the defense, just to go like that.